Hello and welcome to another episode of the Plus 63 HP podcast. I'm one of your hosts, John Clemente. Alongside with me are two of my bestest best friend, two screen middle, the man with the pink headset, Daddy-O himself. CHUBAX, how are you doing?
Hello. Yeah, I can't wait to talk about this episode.
Awesome. To screen right, our man from the West Coast, waking up extremely early to join us. Arnie, how are you doing?
Hello there. I'm ready, ready to talk about Last of Us episode 3, man. Come on.
Yeah, we are ready to feel all the feels, but before that, we are plus 63 HP. We have a stable of podcasts for your viewing pleasure. On Mondays and Tuesdays, we tackle maybe one show, one movie, maybe two movies, maybe two shows, but we deep dive into content and provide our ratings and reviews and opinions. So you are armed whether you should watch said particular content at all. Watch it by yourself, with your friends, with your family. On Wednesdays, we have our very first D&D campaign. We record it, put it online for posterity and for your viewing pleasure as well. Join in our adventures. We're having such a great time. Our campaign has run over a year now, and we're still having a blast learning the ropes. This is our very first D&D campaign as middle-aged old men. Those episodes drop on a Wednesday. On Thursdays, we have a curated list of featurettes, clips, videos, and trailers that we react to. So we want to see which type of content, which content coming down the pipe are we most hype about. So we give them a plus, we give them a minus. So you might be hyped about it as well. And on Fridays, CHUBAX and our other bestest best friend, RJ, cannot have enough of D&D. So they spun off a second campaign where they are bad guys. And those episodes drop on a Friday. But enough about housekeeping. We are going straight to one of the most watched, one of the most beloved, and one of the most discussed pieces of television content in history. So we are talking about episode 3 of The Last of Us.
Wow.
Entitled Long Time, from the Linda Ronstadt song, right? Named after said, written by Peter Hoare, directed by Craig Mazin of Chernobyl fame. It came out last week, January 29th, 2023. It has a listed of 747 million viewers. Right. So just to put that into context, Last of Us has already been one of the most well-reviewed series that was coming out, most respected adaptation from, video game to screen. It debuted at 5.8 million viewers. Usually the debut is the one that has the most viewers because you have a lot of marketing behind it, a lot of hype, a lot of reviews. The second episode, they jumped from 5.8 to 6.3 million. So numbers might not sound extremely high, but don't forget, this is under a paywall of HBO Max.
Yeah. And competing against the NFC and AFC championships of NFL.
I did not even consider that. That is on linear TV, broadcast TV, which everyone has, right? So that's, we don't have these numbers as a standard yet because, HBO Max, Prime Video, Netflix, they count their own numbers. I know this. I do measurement for ads. So they count their own numbers. So nobody really trusts the numbers. Like maybe HBO is fudging all of these numbers. But irregardless of that, it's 5.8 on the season premiere, 6.3 on the second episode, which is, already, enticing. It means that more people are coming back. More people are watching. Episode 3, 7.4. So this is a 60% jump from episode 1 to episode 3. So every single episode, as you can see, without even just, knowing it, has been killing it. So, quick 1 second or 30-second synopsis. Oh, we're gonna go full spoilers here, guys, because this is one of those things that I'm not gonna give a lot of synopsis behind of it because this is something that regardless of whether you're going to watch the entire season or not, just watch this episode, do yourself a favor, right?
Mhm.
It's just do yourself a favor. This is something that you cannot miss. So episode 3 is again mostly a flashback episode from episode 2. Joel and Ellie are going to Bill and Frank's to get help so that we can get Ellie to the place. That's kind of what is
Mhm.
pushing the story there. But once we get to Lincoln, which is a little bit more than 10 miles away from Boston, we get to Bill's survivalist hangout, where he was able to shelter in place for a while, get away from the military extraction, lived by himself for a little bit. But after quite some time, Frank stumbles into one of Bill's traps. A lot of things happen, a lot of quips, a lot of jokes. But instead of shooing Frank away, Bill was kind of convinced to feed and help out Frank for a little bit. So at this point, hasn't seen anybody in 3 years. So
3 to 4
yeah,
years.
3 to 4 years. So he was needing. I was thinking like needing a little bit of company, despite of him being very very secure, like in his security, like very tight. And that's when the relationship kind of starts. So
The
I'm
way
gonna
they
skip
did it.
all.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's no way that a synopsis can do it justice, but they were able to provide a bedrock of the most believable, most lovable, most real, most heartfelt, uh, most happy and sad way to show
Mhm.
two people meeting, falling in love, growing in love, and eventually,
Fight. They
you
also
know,
have a fight or two.
there's an action piece in there too. But yeah, but growing in love through challenges,
Mhm.
growing in love to simplicity and small things and the big things in life. Needless to say, a lot of time passed, and there's a very sweet and tender way that we see how Bill and Frank kind of exits this world the way they want to exit the world.
Mhm.
Right? Not only in a humane way, but also together. So that's kind of thing. And when the episode, of course, with Joel and Ellie being able to find the place, seeing what had happened to Bill and Frank, getting restocked and moving further to the west so that they can find
And getting
um,
their game
outfits. Yeah, and
It's the skins.
so which is kind of great. So there's still a portion there where they respect the video game a lot. But something killed me that I didn't even see till last night when I was reviewing for the show.
Mm.
One of the people tweeted that the shirt that Joel is wearing is Frank's shirt.
Oh.
Ouch. Oh,
So I was like,
didn't know.
oh shit. I started welling up again. It's like, oh fuck, fuck, fuck. So I was like, it is the shirt that Frank was wearing when they were arguing
Mhm.
about prettifying or beautifying their place.
Wow.
The green plaid
Wow.
shirt. And then
Mm.
after after Ellie took a shower, then Joel took a shower. He came out, it's like, hey, looking good. So I was like, that's a nice touch. Love that. But
I missed that. Yeah, I missed that.
that's again, there's so many little Easter eggs. Again, this is one of those shows again I love watching. New Rockstars, Emergency Awesome, Nerdists,
Yeah.
heavy spoilers, but all of these like other YouTube channels to discuss all the Easter eggs. But we're gonna just start the discussion in just all right. I'm passing it to CHUBAX. What did you think about the episode? Things that you love, things that really stuck out.
Well, as a gamer, this was surprising. Like, nobody expected it. First and foremost, the casting was perfect.
Mhm.
Perfect.
I mean, Nick Offerman, my God. It's just really unexpected. They gave us a love story as in the third episode that
Mhm.
was self-contained. As
Mhm.
Nick Offerman said in was it
Kimmel,
Jimmy
yeah,
Kimmel?
yeah.
Yeah, it's a bottle episode because
It's
after
a
this
bottle
you
episode.
need a bottle.
Yeah.
It's gonna make you drink. Uh, yeah, just the way they did it, the time jumps were perfect.
Mhm.
Mhm.
The surprise to see Tess again, another heartbreak moment, but
Mhm.
Oh shit.
And
Joel,
it's Tess looking good before
yeah,
Younger
she
test, yeah.
younger Tess, yeah.
um, just yeah, so many symbolisms, metaphors here. But the one that really hit me was the happy ending. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is a zombie story. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we shouldn't get these, but damn.
And we did so this is a zombie slash cordyceps series. This entire episode did not have
We had
a cordyceps.
We
Just
had
two.
one.
We had two. We had two. One with
Yeah.
Ellie and one, and then the trap thing.
Oh
Never
yeah.
gets
I
old.
was watching.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Never
That,
gets
that,
old.
That's true, but oh my god, so good. Um,
yeah, I mean, how I can't he praise him. Me and my wife were tearing up at the end. She even
Mm-hmm.
give a slow clap, like that's how good it
Yeah.
was. Like, I just texted with our other friend Seth because he's also a Last of Us fan. He was
Oh.
watching. He said he was watching it in the train, and he was crying in the train. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he played the game.
I've
So
seen Seth
yeah,
cry. Yeah. Oh yeah.
but yeah, the ending really, like, because when you play the game, you know that Bill meets them. They meet Bill. Ellie and Joel
Yeah.
meet Bill. He helps them a little bit, and this. So I was expecting that, like, and then suddenly we get that twist ending, and it's like, holy shit, he went out like
Mm-hmm.
like how you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
What a way to go! The letter was perfect. The letter was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
My other people would
even
have been
Bella
like,
Ramsey reading it.
oh,
Oh my god.
that
Oh
was so good. And yeah, the dialogue is also like showing us how good The Last of Us dialogue is, because sometimes we just take it word for word.
it's
Like the
true.
line
Yeah,
the
it's
the
true.
line with the Joel giving her the rules, that was word for word from the game.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck. That's this is how you do an adaptation, You take what's great and then you
Mm-hmm.
adapt what needs to be adapted. You
Yeah.
can't do it everything exactly the same, but then you can change
Mm-hmm.
everything as well. So
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. That's before I get to Arnie, the idea of the reason why this is such an amazing episode. Part of it is like the fans were expecting one thing. Like we know again,
Mm-hmm.
I did not think that they were going to change this story that much. I
Mm-hmm.
was 100% convinced, like everybody, everybody from all the YouTube channels and podcasts that I listened to reviewing episode 2 were like so excited that we're going to finally see the classic scene of Joel in the church caught in a trap upside down shooting zombies, right?
Yes.
That was because like that was one of those most amazing experiences that you have in a video game. But this is not a video game,
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
right? This is not a video game. This
And I think we still might get it, just not here.
exactly, and that's the correct way of looking at it. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you're right. There's certain elements that you should use. The reloading aspect, the skins aspects, a lot of certain dialogues, but you don't have to do it there. You
Mm-hmm.
can you can improve even what you've done well before. And the other thing too is in the video game, again, we're in the point of view of Joel, but you can't be in the point of view of Joel all the time.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So continuing with the theme of love, that's every episode. I feel that there's going to be a love thing there.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of the best way for us to see, like, in the first two episodes, we've seen 20 years of quarantine zone,
Mm-hmm.
death, before, like all of these like horrible, horrible things that had happened. but we never really went through how a person grows old. And
Mhm.
the episode of showing Bill and Frank literally growing old,
Mhm.
seeing the priorities from one to the other, finding not only themselves, like Nick Offerman is this survivalist, very Republican, don't tread on me, gun toting, government hating anti person. But
Mhm.
there are gay people like that too.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. Love is love. And, him finding that in this desolate world and growing together with no frills. There's no, face slapping,
Mhm.
gay agenda. It's just two people who found each other, fell in love, grew in love. They have challenges together,
Mhm.
stupid challenges like I want to paint the
Mhm.
house and mow the lawn,
Mhm.
and big problems like
I
you
thought
Welcoming
know
friends.
in inviting friends, inviting security, but also fighting against raiders,
Mhm.
right? I was like, I was riveted. I thought like, shit, like at that point in the episode, I was like, are they gonna die? Is this going to be the opposite where
Mhm.
Bill dies and Frank lives? Like from I didn't know. I was like, I was so enthralled with the love story and the things that they changed, providing a backstory because like all of this has been just alluded to in the video games. And in the video games, we don't need a lot of backstories in all of the NPCs, right?
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
But this is a series.
Mhm.
So this NPC, this character needs a backstory, and it's the perfect backstory on, it's not just the love part, but how to survive. Where do you
Mhm.
get ammo? You see all the threats that are not just zombies but also people. How to prepare, like all of those things. Like, all right, okay, this is how Joel survives. This is my trade partner, right?
Mhm.
All of the things like and how Tess and Frank made the codes for the
Mhm.
radio waves so that they know whether there's like new stock or they're in danger. So all of these, like, we get functional realistic backstory about these
Mhm.
things on the bed of like just an amazing love story. I just feel that this has been, again, take this away from Last of Us, it's just a well written story about two people in struggle
Yep.
and not a problem. And then just we're just so blessed that people sleep on Nick Offerman because they think it's just like Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec. But a lot of people haven't seen Debs. And Debs is like he's like a tortured Bill Gates slash Steve Jobs slash Elon Musk in that particular series. So you can see his dramatic chop. He is a dramatic actor. He's very, very good. So it's
Classically
like everything
trained.
is great. Hmm?
Classically trained.
Classically trained.
Classically trained. Yeah.
And the
Theater
dude can
trained.
sing. He could
Mm.
sing too.
They played the piano and everything. So I just like, this is one of those things where on all levels, on the video game level, on the survivalist level, like zombie level, on the traps and preparation level,
Mhm. Mhm.
and then on the personal growth level, even just like the small touches of the other thing too. It's like small touches like Frank trading a gun, a
Mhm.
small gun, probably the gun that either Tess or Joel is using,
Mhm.
right? For strawberry seeds. And then surprising Nick Offerman with strawberries.
Mhm.
And then just like that little giggle when he bit
The
it,
Ron Swanson giggle.
it's like
Dude, the heartbreaking scene of the last scene of the first episode when the song came on means they've been
Mm.
dead for weeks
Yeah.
because Ron didn't
Yep.
because Bill wasn't there to
refreshed. Yeah.
refresh it, so it means they've already been dead for a few weeks
Yeah.
at the end of episode one. So it's like, oh my.
Yeah.
But I love all, I mean, the touch also about, you know, we left the window open,
Mhm.
right? So that it won't, it won't get stuck, or like it won't the place won't stink, right?
Mhm.
So Joel, and like only Joel could probably read that note because he's the only one that has the code to the gate. Everybody else would have
Yeah.
been electrified by then. So it's like all the touches,
Yeah.
all the touches. Okay, I love it. Arnie, like your thoughts, because You've never played the game,
Yep.
so you have fresh ideas. So lay it on us.
Okay, so a little bit of hot take. So good thing that you mentioned that it's universally agreed upon that this episode is well written. And yet there's still haters, which normally when we talk about Star Wars or any other media, they say, "Oh, it's just bad writing, blah blah
Mm.
blah, lazy character." Okay, they still hate this, so we know
Review
why.
bombing, yeah.
Yeah, we know why.
Mhm.
Exposed.
Mhm.
All stop. Number two is like, wow. I mean, this is a real love story. Meet cute, falling in love, dealing with the love for 20 years, and then of course the tragedy of one getting older or one getting sick and making decisions. So like, I'm in the healthcare industry, so a lot of that decision making is pretty much close to home. Yeah, deciding when is your last day is basically what one person would want. And in that society, I think in some states here, there's some laws that are passed that allow you to make that decision now. But in that world with the cordyceps infection and all that, you decide, you know what, I just need one more good day and then that's it. And both of them, Romeo and Juliet, basically.
Mhm.
Wow. I mean, that's just like, as soon as I watched it, I messaged you guys. I mean, basically, it's the gift by Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I go, okay, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna go cry. But basically, yeah, without seeing the game, without playing the game, I don't even know how I would react when I play the game finally. And there's like, I know that there's a backstory now, and I know in the game they kind of hated each other eventually, but I don't know. I think I could still put the backstory in there, like it's just wow, it's amazing. And then of course all the YouTubers that are reviewing it, everybody's crying. So far they're missing one of the Easter egg, like when Ellie said, "Oh, it's like a spaceship." We're like, "Yeah, Grogu, it's like a spaceship." That's the
Small
razor gift.
touches. She doesn't know how to wear a
Yeah,
seatbelt because he's never been in a fucking car.
exactly. And,
Right.
and and then they played the Ron Stant song, and
But
he's like, "Oh man,
that line's
it."
another heartbreak from Last of Us 2.
Oh
The
yeah,
spaceship,
yeah.
the spaceship thing.
Oh,
If you
Yeah, because
remember.
I read up, or one of the YouTubers said that because she always wanted to be an astronaut and Joel
And
does something for her.
there's a heartbreaking scene.
Yeah,
best scene. Best
yeah.
scene.
And then the whole battery thing, like, is Joe was like, "What the heck?" And then, come on, he's not going to leave a battery on a car. So yeah, when I saw the refrigerator up, yep, it's in the fridge, and yeah, it's just the writing is just small details. Like, of course, he's gonna dismantle the battery just in case some people do get through his code and traps and all that. They're still gonna be screwed because if they don't know what they're doing,
Exactly.
they can't really do anything. And yeah, and then the book end, because the first meal that he cooked for Frank, it's
Yep.
also the last meal he made, and the same wine.
Same bottle of wine.
And and he was like serving. I was like, wow, like the whole, even the flirting was like the hair thingy. And yeah, it's just uh it should at least
Masterclass.
it should get at least an Emmy for best drama, or at least
Yeah.
best guest stars for both of
Oh,
them.
I'm sure. This is gonna win awards. This is
Yeah.
one of those. It's already like a done deal. It's going to be hard to well, if this gets topped, I'd be very very excited to watch that.
Oh, I mean, you have to pretty much.
Mhm.
I don't know how they will top this. I mean, of course, there's probably some more set pieces in Last of Us that we haven't even seen yet. But if they just ended today, yep, they'll win an award. And
So,
if not, then we'll start the Cordyceps riots. Come on.
yeah, this is you know, there's so many podcasts and YouTube channels that are reviewing, dissecting this episode. But I like ours is because this is just a couple. These are feelings.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just watched an amazing show. dealing with a lot of fun stuff, and
Yeah.
it's not it's 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 not heavy, but it's dense with information and feelings. Like it's
Yep.
not like Breaking Bad when
Oh.
something bad or big happens. You're kind of like, I need to pause, need to
Mm-hmm.
take a breath. No, this one was like when it ended, I was like, I was just watching the credits roll and then waiting for the after show, like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
explanations about stuff. It's
Yeah.
like
And I agree with the Nick drunk the creator.
Druckmann, Druckmann.
Like, if it's the same or worse, stay with the material. If it's
Good,
better, deviate. I was like, yes,
great, right?
exactly. Yeah, right.
And when the one quote I'll end, at least my review of this, that came from the episode itself, is when after Bill and Frank's last meal, and then
Mm,
Frank requested the pills to
mm,
be crushed into the wine, and they drink it. So is this is gonna be enough? It's like, yeah, it's enough to kill a
Kill a
horse,
horse.
right? And then the idea of it is like, but there's already pills in the wine that we drank, and you drank it too. It's like, I'm satisfied.
mhm.
I'm satisfied. And that's anybody would want to go out that way. Not only
Yeah.
do you live a happy life with the one that you love and you're satisfied, and that
Mm,
thing is your purpose, you're not, they're dying. You're gonna die.
yeah.
Not
Yeah.
dying sad. You're dying like, shit, I did it.
Yeah.
I won.
You won the
And
game of
Yeah.
life. Yeah. Yeah, because the thing is, like, if you go to like Walking Dead or all these post-apocalyptic scenarios, like, why would you even want to live in that world? And then, you could meet a Frank, you could meet a Bill, or your person or your purpose, or maybe an Ellie or something like that, that you just
it's
have to protect, and you know. So
so
it does give you a motivation to survive that world instead of just being like, oh, I'm just gonna be jumping in front of the
yeah.
zombies and just get eaten and or something like that, all right? So it just makes more sense. I never really got that with The Walking Dead. Like, okay, why are you still trying to be alive? This world
They
sucks.
try. They try. But the
Yeah.
thing that I love about this episode is, again, every episode is about love. And this is
Mhm,
like, it doesn't matter. You're in the apocalypse.
mhm,
Everybody's dying or trying to kill you, right?
mhm,
It doesn't matter where you are, who
mhm,
you are, right? He didn't even know himself. Like Bill
mhm,
didn't even know himself.
mhm.
It doesn't matter what age you are, right? Because they're quite old when they found each other.
Yeah.
Right? Love is when you make it.
Mhm,
It's never too late. No place is hard enough where love cannot thrive.
mhm,
So it's like, all right, you know, sexuality, apocalypse, mistrust,
mhm.
difficulty of resources, but still
Resource management.
20 years thriving. So I figured like
Yeah.
that's a good stuff. All right, let's Chubak,
So
any
how
final
how how
thoughts
long were
before
they
we
together?
20?
Well,
20?
Well,
15.
yeah, so
Because
say 15, 16, because it was
15
year 3 or 4 when
when
Okay.
they
when
met.
Frank showed up.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lifetime.
So,
Yeah. That's a lifetime, man. That's 15 years. That's yeah.
and I'm expecting that they met each other maybe mid 40s,
Hmm.
right? 50s maybe. So
Yeah.
that 15 years is a lot of years
Yeah. I
when you're
mean,
50, right?
it's
So,
basically me and my wife, I think, as well. We've been at almost 15 years.
you know.
So there you go.
Uh, Final thoughts, Chubax, before you start the rating.
Yeah, I just put a 10, and it's a masterpiece. One of the best love stories I've seen on film. I just
Mm.
ended that, like, ever.
Arns?
I'll give it a CHUBAX, a 10, because that's his jersey number.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, but yeah, again, master, if it doesn't win an award, my goodness, what does it take? It's all rigged.
It is rigged
Same.
though, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, of course we know it's rigged, but
I
you know.
will Copy paste CHUBAX's comments. It is a 10. It is the best love story that ever seen on my screen or on any screen. So
It's the love that we all wish we have.
100%. Well made, well written, well acted. Everything was
Oh
perfect.
yeah.
Everything looked great. If you do not, this is one of those things like whenever I think about a 10, this is worth paying the
The premium.
$9.99 a month for
I
HP.
will
definitely.
give Bill all the bacon in the restaurant.
100%.
Some Parks
Not
and Rec
not
recommend.
not a lot of bacon and eggs.
Yeah,
All.
all the
I,
bacon and
I love
eggs.
that.
That's a Parks and Rec
Right.
reference there.
I'm afraid that you might have heard me and said a lot. No, I'm telling you all.
Oh,
No, that is it for our Last of Us episode 3 review. Join us next week as we discuss, of course, episode 4. Another, slight deviation from the games as well. New character being introduced. Seems a little bit more action packed, so that's going to be exciting. And if you haven't listened to or watched our previous episode, we were discussing also alongside The Last of Us, we are discussing Legend season 2 of The Legend of Vox Machina, also an amazing animated series that's on Prime Video. Another thing where it's worth the subscription. You know, get free 2-day delivery and get a bunch of awesome shows. Super awesome. Final goodbyes, Arnie.
well, before we go, like if you played the game, the voice actress who voiced Tess passed
Yes,
away
we
last
talked.
week because of cancer.
Oh,
So
mhm,
it's Annie Wershing.
mhm.
I
So
know her
rest in
from
peace.
24. Rest in peace.
24, and she was in The Rookie as well, and she was also the Borg
Star Trek,
Queen
right?
in yeah,
Space-
Picard.
Uh, oh, Picard or Deep Space Nine?
Picard, because she was the new Borg Queen that they
Oh,
have.
got it.
But yeah, I mean, rest in peace, and you know, I sorry to end on a bad note, but we all love that character, so I'll be remiss if we don't mention it.
100%.
Yeah.
CHUBAX?
Yeah. Great episode, my God. I'll just leave it at that.
Mhm.
And yep, thank you very much for watching. We appreciate the view. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel on youtube.com/plus63hp. Follow us in all of our socials. Interact with us. We love interacting with you guys. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Our handle is at +63hp. And if you don't want to watch us video on demand, you just want to listen to us in the background, open your favorite podcasting app, search for +63hp. Our favorite podcasts applications are Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon. With that, thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.